So we're ready for chapter 4. Chapter 4 is going to be from Joe's perspective. On Monday, it's Monday. So the cafeteria is serving chicken fingers with canned peas and apple slices. I had a big breakfast and it's only 11:30, but I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. For real. I go through the line as fast as I can. Ethan and Evan and I used to eat together at the little round table near the milk machine, but things are different now. I have to lie low. After I pay for my food, I carry my tray over to the other side of the cafeteria, keeping my head down the whole time. So far, so good. There's a long table against the back wall. Nobody ever sits there because it's near the trash cans. Fifth grade has the first lunch period, though, so I figure the smell won't be too bad yet. I sit down, put in my earplugs, and inhale everything on my plate in about 3 seconds. I'm still hungry, but I don't want to take any chances by going back for more. As I'm sucking down the last of my chocolate milk, I notice somebody sitting way down at the other end of the table. It's that shrimpy new kid from my class, the one with the big glasses and the long name who sits in front of me. He's got this weird looking lunchbox open in front of him, and he's eating something that looks like scrambled eggs. Robert Princenthal walks by and accidentally bumps my shoulder. At least I think it's an accident. Robert is another Dylan Samreen wannabe. The difference between him and Tom Dinkins is that Robert isn't mean when he's on his own. Sorry about that, Putty Tat, he says, and keeps on going. My name is Joe Sylvester, but thanks to Dylan Samreen, I'm known as Putty Tat. It's on account of that thing that Tweety Bird always says to Sylvester the cat in the old Looney Tunes cartoons, I taught Putty Tat. I wish people would call me Joe, but when Dylan Samreen decides he's going to call you something, whether you like it or not, that's what everyone else is going to call you. So at school, I am Putty Tat. Putty, or Pud for short. Give a person a nickname. Giving a person a nickname is a way of saying you like them, my mother says when she found out about it. Trust me, I told her. Dylan Samreen does not like me. What's not to like? She asked, kissing the top of my head. She always does stuff like that. Which is why we have to have the big talk this morning. Pretend you don't know me, I told her, and promise me you won't do any of your corny mom stuff. I promise, she said, and then she made an X over her heart with her finger. We'll see, I thought. The new kid is busy eating his lunch, and I'm done with mine, so I just sit there for a while watching Dylan Samreen. I do that a lot, not because I want to, because I have to. One time in second grade, when I put my jacket down on a bench on the playground, Dylan filled the pockets with dirt. Another time, he slipped one of those little packets of ketchup in my homework folder and pounded on it with his fist to make it pop. He's always grabbing the back of my shirt or trying to punch or trip me when nobody's looking. His favorite thing to do, of all, is to sneak up behind me and make a loud noise because he knows how much it freaks me out. It wasn't until last year that I realized Dylan was a klepto. His parents are loaded. He's rich, so he doesn't need the stuff he steals. He just does it for fun. He'll take anything he could get his hands on. A pencil sharpener, a glove, a retainer case. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, he shoves it down the front of his pants for safekeeping. Since I never take my eyes off of him, I've seen him do this 1,000,000 times. But I don't ever tell on him because what good would it do? He'd just fast talk his way out of it and find a way to pay me back double. After my mom found the dirt in my pockets, she suspected something might be going on. Is that Samreen boy bothering you? She asked. No, Mom, I lied. We can talk to Miss Frost about it, she suggested. No, I shouted. Everything's fine. I worry about you, Joey. You never have anyone over to the house. I have lots of friends at school, I told her. Like who? Ethan and Evan. The Burdock twins, she said. Those boys are so wild. She didn't know the half of it. Ethan once stole my father's car keys and drove around the neighborhood in his pajamas, even, even though Evan never got caught. Let me read that again. She didn't know the half of it. Ethan once stole his father's car keys and drove around the neighborhood in his pajamas. And and even though Evan never got caught, I knew for a fact he was the bathroom bandit of Einstein. Evan was the bathroom bandit of Einstein. Einstein is the name of the school. Notorious for drawing dirty pictures on the bathroom walls and throwing wet toilet paper balls on the ceiling. Dylan and his buddies are busy yucking it up, so I figure it's a good time for me to go empty my tray. I guess the new kid must have left when I wasn't looking because he and his funny looking lunchbox are gone now. I pick up my tray and I make it as far as the trash cans before my luck runs out. Hey, Pud! Dylan comes over to me and puts his arm around my shoulder. How's it going? My heart starts pounding and I feel myself go wet under the arms. Dylan Samreen is like one of those crocodiles you see on the Discovery Channel, lurking underwater with just his eyes showing, waiting to grab anything dumb enough to come up into his reach. I'm good, I say, trying to duck out from under his arm. He tightens his grip on my left shoulder, and with his other hand, he pulls the earplugs out of my and with his other hand pulls the earplug out of my right ear, and he drops it on the floor, and he crushes it with his shoe like a bug. In 2, 3, out 2, 3. Joe is trying to use his breathing. Listen, Pud, before you go, can I ask you something? He says. I guess so. I look down at my shoes. It feels weird, only having one earplug in, lopsided. Is it my imagination, or does that new lunch monitor look familiar? Dylan puts his mouth so close to my ear and makes me squirm. I don't say anything. I just keep my eyes glued to my shoes and I breathe. In 2, 3, out 2, 3. I notice one of my shoelaces has become untied. Take a look, Putty, says Dylan, jerking his head back to shake the hair out of his eyes. Tell me if you recognize her too. I don't move. Oh, was that question too hard for you, Putty? You need me to talk a little slower? Take a look. I don't want to look, but what choice do I have? I lift my head. My mom is standing over near the milk machine. She's wearing a red and white striped apron and has a whistle around her neck. When she sees me looking at her, she smiles and blows me a kiss. I honestly think I might have a heart attack. This is exactly what I was afraid would happen. It's the whole reason we had the big talk. My face feels like it's on fire. Come on, Pud, says Dylan. You don't want to hurt her feelings, do you? Blow her a kiss back. What's going on, Dill? Says Tom Dinkins. He and Robert and this weird kid, Jax, have come over to empty their trays. Pud is about to blow a kiss to his mommy, the lunch monitor, and then she's going to change his poopy diaper. Tom laughs. What the heck? Says Jax. No kidding. Pud, is that really your mom? Asks Robert. The bell rings, making me jump. Suddenly, everybody starts rushing around, cleaning up and getting ready to go back to class. Dylan grins, winks at me, and then lets go of my shoulder and walks away. He's done with me for now, but I'm not stupid enough to think it's over. My knees are shaking, but I manage to dump my tray and get out of there as fast as I can. The rest of the afternoon is a total waste of time. Mrs. Beam calls on me twice, even though my hand isn't up. It's the first day of school, and 5th grade already sucks.